I was inspired to write this book, this story, just from my own experience as an immigrant living in America. I am Zimbabwean, born and raised in Bulawayo, Zimbabwe. And after graduating at the University of Zimbabwe, I moved to England, where I lived and worked in London. And then shortly after that, I moved to Atlanta. And this is where I am. I live in Atlanta, Georgia right now. So I have had that experience of leaving my home country, going to one foreign country and then another. And at each stage, it's different cultures, different so many things. And I found that it's not an experience unique to myself. I've talked to so many of my friends from Nigeria, from Ghana, from Kenya, South Africa, and just all over. And we all share a common thread as immigrants. We all come to a foreign country, and we either come through school or through our professions, and we're trying to settle into this foreign land, trying to go on with our lives, but at the same time, we have to navigate through different language, different cultures, different everything, and it pours into our social lives. Like when you start dating and trying to find love as an adult, you are meeting people from a different culture, so you've got issues of multicultural and interracial relationships, which is what the story is about. It's a love triangle, a girl from Zimbabwe with a guy from Nigeria and a British guy. And within the story, it's a love story, but it really talks about all these challenges that one would face as a young, ambitious immigrant in a foreign country, trying to find love and just kind of having a lot of obstacles and so much drama going on. So that's what inspired me. Just really a story about an immigrant girl trying to find love. So as I was thinking about what to write about, I've always wanted to write. I mean, it's something I've been doing as a child. I used to write. So I just knew I wanted to write a book. I knew it was in me somewhere. I didn't know what to write or, where I would start, but it just came to me. I just pulled out my laptop and just took from all these experiences, took from my conversations with people, my observations, and some of my own experiences, dialogues that I've heard and conversations and stuff that I've just kind of picked up over the years. I left Zimbabwe in 2003, so it's almost 19 years since I left my country. And within those 19 years of living in England and in Atlanta, Texas, Philadelphia, just all over, I've just traveled a lot. I've met so many different people. It's so dynamic. There's a lot of immigrant life everywhere, and I just took a little bit from everybody and created these dynamic characters that I think you'll enjoy, and I cannot wait for you to read my book. The target audience. My target audience is any adult who's ever been in love, heartbroken, traveled, curious about dating, interracial, multicultural. I'll narrow it. I think 25 and above. If you're 25, if you're in college, like a grad student, maybe 45, 50, I think you'll enjoy this book, male and female. It's got very strong characters. We've got a strong female protagonist who's Maita, and she's from Zimbabwe, and two male characters, Ade from Nigeria and Chris, who's British. And I think men will find that this book is different. You will see a vulnerable side to men that we don't typically see. And you'll find this strong female ambitious character. So a lot of people will relate to it. Just to narrow it further from just a general adult audience, I think people who lived an immigrant experience will absolutely relate to it, especially people who came in as students and have, the financial troubles of an immigrant student, the immigration status, legal status, trying to sort all of that whilst trying to live a normal life, trying to have a social life and trying to find love, as I said earlier. So all of that is a lot of people. So I'm talking to ladies, I'm talking to the gentlemen, I'm talking to your immigrants, I'm talking to people who've been in interracial relationships. I'm talking to just about anyone who's been in love, found love, lost love, and found it again, or try to find it again. Anyone looking for a happy ever after, I'm talking to you. So yeah, that's my audience. I would say any adult, male, female, 25 and above, will enjoy this book. This is not my first book. I mentioned earlier that I started writing when I was 13 years old. I was in high school, and at that time I just wrote in our school exercise books with ink, handwritten books, and they were so thin, but my stories were so long. So what I'll do is I'll write in several books, and then I'll sew the book together, like maybe 2 or 3 books, and make this thick book that became one single book to read. And my audience was my classmates, my schoolmates, my friends. They just read the books, the stories, and then later on I just wrote for pleasure, essays, short stories, and I'll just shelve them. I didn't really share them with anyone, maybe 1 or 2 friends. I think a friend of mine says she has something I wrote saved somewhere, and I'm like, yeah, can I get it back? She said no. No, but I mean, she's probably got it somewhere. I'd love to read it. I'd love to go back and see what it is that I used to write back then. So no, it's not my first book, but it's definitely my first published book. And I'm excited. I'm excited for this. It's been an interesting journey. It's been a learning experience, and I'm just happy to finally share Turning Tables with you.